What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Me, my old man in a movie. I'm Gannon. This is my dad, Ryan, and today we are going to be reviewing Novocaine. Alright, so if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're almost at 600 subscribers. Help us get there.
Getting there.
And so, here's a brief synopsis of the film before we get started reviewing it. When the girl of his dreams gets kidnapped, a man turns his inability to feel pain into an unexpected advantage as he fights a bunch of thugs to get her back.
A bunch of thugs.
Yep. A bunch of thugs. That's it.
That's it.
So, simple plot. Initial thoughts. You can go first.
Initial thoughts.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So initial thoughts for me is I loved this movie. It was a nice reprieve from some of the things that we've been watching. I feel like of late there's just been some films with an agenda or, just not the best thing we've seen. We've been kind of pushing through a couple weeks and
Mickey 17.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna go there, but the thing is, for me, this film finished and I was like, oh, finally.
It's just a satisfying movie.
Finally, satisfying, so satisfying. So I absolutely loved it.
It was the best movie of the year that I've seen.
Yeah,
easily.
We said that
not
too.
Even close.
Best movie of the year.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Way above anything that we've seen this year.
Yeah.
Definitely above Mickey 17.
Yeah.
It was great because we went from probably easily the worst movie of the year in Mickey 17 to the best movie of the year in Novocaine.
You just keep pushing it, don't you?
Yeah.
It was also set in San Diego. There was a few Padres references. So the hat for me, I got that on today. I'm a big Padres fan. So that was just a bonus, just icing on the cake for me.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing our blockbuster trio, which is 3 things that we liked about the film. And then our trilogy of change, which is 3 things that we would change about the film. So.
And then we'll rate it.
We'll rate it. And then we'll do see it in theaters, wait for it to stream, or just skip it all together.
Yep. So
all right, let's get right into this. The Blockbuster Trio.
All right, who's kicking this off?
You can kick it off.
All right, so I'm just going to start with something I referenced a moment ago, no agenda. This thing was just funny for funny's sake. It didn't try to push anything. It didn't try to make fun of something. It just laugh after laugh after laugh. And even, this was what was great. Sometimes you'll watch a movie trailer and it's like, oh, I already saw this in the trailer. And it just kind of work your way through that scene and then continue on with the movie. Even the scenes in the trailer, I found myself laughing at them again. So, some movies, it's like you watch the trailer and then there's like a letdown in the film. Complete opposite with this. If this is your gig, and I'm going to get into why it might not be your gig in the trilogy of change, but don't worry. If you like the trailer, I feel confident you're going to love the movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the first thing I had is the attention to detail with the pain. Because in the movie, he can't feel pain. And so he knows he can't feel pain. And so you'll see just a lot of detail about things that he's done to they really...
like opening scene. In his example, one of the things on the corners of his desk, he's got tennis balls so that if he bumps into the corner, he doesn't hurt himself. Right?
Yeah, because he wouldn't be able to feel it.
Yeah.
So just stuff like that, and it was all throughout the film. A bunch of different things that you're like, oh, he did that because he can't feel,
Like I never thought of that. Oh, yeah.
And there's things that he has to do, timers he has to set for certain things that you're like, oh, you wouldn't even think about that if you couldn't feel stuff. You can feel pain, you know. So it was really clever.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and put that in the now as level of research for me was number 2. I've got examples here as we were watching the movie. I was like, oh, but I don't want to give those away for all the reasons, you're going to enjoy it for yourself. But agree with you. That's for me. I was just impressed with the level of detail, the writers, the research that they did. I mean, I guess this is a thing, but even if it's not a thing, how they thought through what might a life be like if this. So well done.
Well done.
It just added a whole other layer of professionalism to the film.
All right, so the second thing I had was the creative pain usage. So the different ways that he got hurt, I thought were just so funny. and so creative. Like there's some really creative ones that I was like, this is just fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Yeah. Again, don't want to give anything away.
Yeah,
You're like, things are going through my mind like, oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, you could see they just had fun with this movie.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just like I could see them just behind the set. Even they made some like references to stuff, and that were just really funny and creative. And you're just like, you knew that they were just behind the scenes, just laughing. They had so much fun making this movie.
Like there were things like you would pick up, and then they would reference the reference, and you're like, oh, they got it. They did it. Like they knew what they were doing with it.
Yeah.
So funny. All right. So number 3 for me was the chemistry that was established on the front end with the main character and the supporting actress. For me, when I watched the trailer, that was the one thing it seemed like in the film that they had just met. And so there was a little bit of, even in the trailer, like I didn't buy in because I was like, so he's going to go try to rescue this girl that he doesn't even really know. Not that a person wouldn't do that, right? Nobility, but just from his standpoint, like his commitment to, I've got to save this girl that's the woman of my life. You just met her, dude. And in the film, she actually, there's for one, he doesn't. Like he knows her a little bit prior. But 2, they do a lot on the front end of the film to kind of establish their relationship. And it's brief, like in terms of time that they've spent together, but it's just, it captures you, and they did a good job with the chemistry of it, so you feel bought into the relationship, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
So I really appreciated that.
All right, so the last thing I had for the blockbuster trio is that every single joke landed. Every single joke landed. They didn't take themselves too seriously. They knew what they were, and they just made fun of themselves in so many different ways. And every single joke worked.
Yeah.
Like almost every single line was like a gag and a laugh. It was so funny.
No, it was nonstop for me. Like it just kept going. All right, so there we go. We've just gone on and on, gushed about this film that we love. Now let's look at the
Trilogy of Change.
Okay.
All right, so I'll kick us off. Now, this is an interesting thing because the Trilogy of Change is usually 3 things.
Yeah, that's the name trilogy.
Hence the name trilogy. But this is going to be the
singular of change.
Singular of change.
Like we couldn't.
We can't think of anything that we would change. I got this one thing.
Over the last 2 days, we've been like, "Do you get anything else?" No. I wouldn't change anything. And then we're like, you know what? It's fine. If a movie is so good that you wouldn't change a thing, then let's just one little thing each of us, and then we just go with that. So you're getting a short and condensed list here today, but it's just we liked it.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you got?
So the only thing that I would change about this film is more of his friend. He has a friend in the movie that he plays video games with, and he is so funny. Like he is so funny. Some of his lines are just hilarious, and just his like personality is just so funny. So I wanted more of that.
I'm sorry. When you're like, all right, here's what I changed. I want more of this. It's like going into a job interview and you're like, tell me something bad about yourself. Well, I push myself too hard. It's like, was that really a negative? So it's funny.
Well, it's something I would change. It's not necessarily a negative.
It's change. It's not a negative. No, fair point. Okay, so for me, Trilogy of Change, I would say tweaking the film to make it more accessible to a larger audience. So you're going to find, and be forewarned, I know we're bragging about this, but I know some of our viewers aren't into films. This has language and this has violence.
Lots of violence.
This is like Deadpool light, I guess, like in a way. So it's just, if either of those are like, ooh, I don't like blood and I don't like language, then you're not going to want to see this. But so for me, that's the change. Like
I would say language more than blood. I would say it had blood. Even.
It had blood,
but it wasn't.
It was language.
Yeah.
So that would be the thing. Like I kept in the film. I was like, oh, I wanted to introduce this to Mom and Kat, but I was like, oh, we're not gonna. This is not happening. but I wish they would have just kind of just dialed it down to where it would just hit, so we could share it with the world, I guess, because I really liked it. It was a good story. All right, so that was my trilogy, my singularity of change.
Singularity of change.
Okay.
All right, so moving on to the rating. So I had 9.5.
Yeah.
9.5.
I haven't even thought about the rating till this moment, but
should we do knives?
Yeah. Let's knives. You want to do knives? I wish we had thought through this.
Knives.
Knives? What's the knife? I mean, I know what I know there's knives in there, but is there anything else that we're doing this on the fly? Normally we come up with this.
Magic 8 balls?
Yeah, I like that. Let's do magic 8 balls. Okay.
Magic 8 balls.
If you saw a little transition there, it's because I gave away the joke and I decided we had to cut it out. So magic 8 balls. And 9.5 magic 8 balls. If you don't end up seeing it and you want to know, I guess you can private message us or something and we'll share it with you. But, all right, so you gave it 9.5 magic 8 balls. And I'm going to do the same thing. 9.5 magic 8 balls. I don't want to say 10. It's a near perfect movie, I guess, but because of my singularity of change, I'm going to give it a 9.5.
And that goes without saying. Theaters. See it in the theater.
And it's not that it's like, spectacle movie, like,
it just deserves
something. It's just
it deserves
support it and just to get your eyeballs on it early. So and hopefully there's some people there. There was like one guy in our theater, 2 guys. I heard him chuckling though, so I can imagine with more people.
Oh yeah,
it'd be a fun crowd to be in front of. So there it is. Also, movie moments, just for reference, is on the same film, Novocaine, this week. So when that hits in the next couple of days, that'll be the drop for that too. So if you like this, you like the film, you may want to tune in for that too. And even if not, I think you'd enjoy the movie moment. So all right, we did it.
Got through it. All right, so make sure you give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Help us reach our goal of 600 subscribers.
What's coming up this week?
We've got Ash. Ash is coming up this week. I'm trying to think. Can't think of anything else.
It's still slow season.
It is still slow season for sure.
All right. Well, we're pushing through, but we get little gems like this week, and it makes it all worth it. All right.
See you guys next time.